Mispronounced, okay? Yeraqua. Yeraqua. That's where...
Leadership from First Nations bands across the Iroquois Confederacy arrived in Akwesasne this week to discuss the issue of membership. The Iroquois Caucus hosted a membership citizenship summit, with some of the focal point being on the Deschanel decision, a case whose ripple effect could see upwards of 1 million new persons being eligible for Indian registration and added to the federal list of status Indians. Mohawk Council of Kahnawake elected Chief Akwesasne Deer brought First Nations together to look at how the changes and impacts of the Indian Act could affect Indigenous communities.
The Deschanel decision, they said that some of the previous legislations that have happened to the Indian Act didn't go far enough. In '85, Bill C-31 passed, and that restored status to women and their children. From that sexist application, the Native women who married out lost. The Native man who married out, the non-Native woman gained status, as did her children. They tried to rectify that. So then future legislations after that said it didn't go far enough. The McIver decision that happened in 2011, she wanted her grandchildren to be recognized as status. And now Deschanel is the great-grandchildren. So for us, it's like, holy heck, how far is it going to go? And then we, as First Nations communities, have no say. If these people had lived out their entire lives away from the community and don't have that knowledge of who we are and how we govern ourselves, our relationship to the land, our roles and responsibilities, and then they come in there and you want to talk about having dissension and differing views and opposition, and it's going to become problematic. We could see the writing on the wall, and that's why we said for us, let's get the leadership together and look at what's coming, how the impacts of the Indian Act are going to have on our communities, and could we take any positions, and could we have any protections if possible, and what does that look like?
Kahnawake District Chief from the Mohawk Council of Akwesasne, Vince Thompson, gives his thoughts on membership.
Nokchi odako dwakwislo no dwakotagaji ni otahagi kanyalatsla jini determining status on ogohoni hadia do nokchi ikwali waino ne ai doyena dan ai kwayot de no ai kyatage hunkales kwat ogohoni hadia do no naka odak gi doyena through traditional councils dan jinagayo elected councils la ditskude because onigi yagawe no I do got what I got now. Do get a lot say I do hits the determinant status of Oklahoma people.
The bill is S3, which will allow status to those who have married out of the community. The question is, how far back will they go? Sky Deer explains.
There's a real lack of understanding because it seems like the rest of Canada, First Nations people think S3 is the greatest thing. Like, oh, great, all of my women and who had lost status are all going to get it back, and their children and their children and their children. But to what end? If we're talking about going all the way back to 1876, how far, as I said, removed are these people from how we really are as Huehue? And yes, I understand people will be able to come back, but let's figure out what those mechanisms are before everybody just comes back with one fell swoop, as I mentioned earlier. I don't think it's fair for the federal government to be doing that, because to me it looks like an assimilation tactic all over again.
Mohawk Council of Kahnawake Grand Chief Joe Norton says traditional and elected leaders need to work together against Canada.
It's important to rally around the leadership that's attempting to do this, both traditional and the elected system, because they've said we have to work together. That's been said before. Attempts have been made, and it's been based on a number of different issues. Now it's time to look at something very specific that's a threat to everybody, and it's real, it's right in our face. So that would be my position, that I would ask people to embrace this and be a part of it.
I'm Kevin Lazor reporting for ETV Gully Winagle.
Yo, honey,